Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Greg Ford from West Michigan Eyecare. The history of West Michigan Eyecare actually dates back to 1945. My grandfather, Roland Bruner was his name, owner of Bruner Optical for years, but talked Dad into optometry school. So Dad on the GI Bill went to optometry school at the Northern Illinois College of Optometry, and after that came back to Grand Rapids. He started his career in the McKay Tower. He went into an established practice there with a fellow by the name of Claire Grigware. After Dad was at the McKay Tower for a few years, he got the bug to do something on his own. And he decided he wanted to go someplace where there was more activity. So he decided to move into the suburbs, which at that time was the Easttown district. He was excited about what he could do customer service-wise in that area, and he was excited that it was his opportunity to do something on his own. This gave him the opportunity when he moved into Easttown to actually have an optical showcase, so he could actually have multiple frames for people to choose from, so he was excited about that. This was also a time when contact lenses were becoming more popular. Dad actually started to become a great contact lens fitter and really had a wonderful reputation as a contact lens expert. So in 1971 he moved to an office behind Brenton Village Mall on Ardmore Southeast. It was a professional building that had a basement office that was available, had 900 square feet. That building afforded him some opportunities there that he didn't have before. So he was there through the 1970s at 2504 Ardmore. That's where I joined the practice. Kind of an interesting story behind me becoming an optometrist. There was no doubt I was going to be an architect. When I was in high school, I loved everything about architecture, loved everything about being an architect. And Dad commented to me one time that he thought it was odd that I wanted to be an architect because as an architect I would spend most of my time sitting in front of a drawing. And he was quick to point out that I was the only kid that he knew that when the house was empty, I would leave the house. He said, most kids love the idea of being home alone, and you do not like to be home alone. You like to be around people. Within a month of that conversation, two important things happened to me. One, I got in big trouble in my architectural drafting class for getting away from my drawing and talking to other people. But the other one, which I think was even more significant, is the fact that in my physics class, we had an optics exam, and I got 100% on the optics exam, which was actually called out in front of the rest of the students, the idea that nobody ever gets 100% on their optics test. So those two things made it very clear to me that maybe I ought to be an optometrist as well. So went to optometry school, ended up going into Dad's practice in 1990 in that office at 2504 Ardmore. Dad's mantra for years was customer service, and he really drilled that into me in a very passionate way, that customer service was something that would always win the day. And so we were very excited about the opportunity that we might have in a new office to be able to provide a higher level of customer service and customer care. So we actually found a building right across the street from Brenton Village Mall at 1815 Brenton. Had over twice the square footage. We moved into that location and we had an expanded optical showcase, which was great, but we were able to provide a higher level of care and most notably in the area of medical eye care. It was an area that was certainly blossoming at that point. Optometry in Michigan had some wonderful legislative victories that allowed us to treat eye infections, treat eye injuries and so forth. We were prescribing medication for the first time. Optometry was really changing, and the opportunity that we had to move into a bigger office, to have that opportunity to provide medical eye care was very exciting. We had rooms that were designated for ancillary testing that we never had before. Dad eventually, unfortunately, had to retire as a result of Parkinson's disease. We continued the practice and moved from that location to 4070 Lake Drive. In this location, we actually merged our practice with Dr. Jeff Ritzema's practice, and we started working right away with great success. Our practice grew exponentially to the point where we had to bring on some extra help. So we brought on, very fortunately, Dr. Jeff Kenyon, who is a pediatric specialist. Brought him into the practice. He brought that specialty to us, which was phenomenal. Since then, we've also added his wife Laura, who brings some great specialties, including low vision, to our practice, which is a phenomenal add to our practice. And since then, we've also added Dr. John Wieringa that we're very excited to bring on. John has been practicing in Ann Arbor, Michigan for the better part of 10 years and has now joined our practice with a tremendous amount of experience, especially in the areas of specialty contact lenses and medical eye care. But in the 15 years that we've been at 4070 Lake Drive, we've learned some things. And some of the things that we've learned is efficiency is another key to success. It's not just the customer service and customer care, but efficiency is something that we need to provide to the patients. So we're excited with the idea that we're going to be moving to 2112 East Paris. We're going to have multiple exam rooms, which will make things more efficient for us. We'll have multiple ancillary testing rooms, provide a higher level of care and service for our patients. And it's just going to be fun to be able to have something that we've built, frankly, from the ground up. And this is the first time in our history we've been able to build our own building, to be able to do things exactly the way we want to do it. Everything is, frankly, just exactly the way we wanted it. After countless years of learning, I think we've really gotten something that is very exciting. We've spent 3 to 3.5 years planning for this building, and we are certainly very excited about the opportunity to bring all of our patients to that new environment, and very excited to show everyone what we're able to do at West Michigan Eye Care with this new location.